Fusion Muslim Community Center of North Jersey, building communities, changing lives.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه من سن بسنة الدين أما بعد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا واجتنابه اللهم إنا نسألك خير ما سألك عبدك رسولك نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذ بك عبدك رسولك نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us. Salatul Fajr ma'a jama'ah. This is purely the fadl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing from our own that we can do. Because there's so many people right now who are sleeping in their bed who could not make it over here. So we are truly the blessed people whom Allah has given His fadl. And that is also because we had a raghba, we had a desire last night to come here and pray Fajr and have the barakah from this dars. So Allah does not give fadl to anyone unless and until you seek it and desire it. So may Allah make us from those people who are the most blessed and awliya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ameen. I first of all want to apologize that I could not come 2 weeks ago because I had a very severe migraine headache. Plus, I come from 1 hour away. Imagine somebody tell you, go pray Fajr 1 hour. It's hard to come pray Fajr in Fusion and somebody tell you, go to pray Fajr. I've been telling Brother Tamkeen, I don't think I can continue. But thanks and Jazakallah khair to Brother Tamkeen. He keeps pushing me. It's his motivation. That otherwise, every Saturday Fajr morning, I get so much shaitan, say forget it, it's too far. So I want to apologize. I couldn't make it because last time I woke up, it was only like 15 minutes left. And I said, I don't have a helicopter, or Uber helicopter doesn't work here in New Jersey. It's only in New York. So Tamkeen Bhai cannot come. So he must have informed you. So may Allah accept it. Ameen. So 2 weeks before that, which means now a month ago I came. So a month ago we talked about the marahil ad-da'wah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The stages of the da'wah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And just to refresh our memory, we said that there are thalatha marahil, 3 levels or 3 stages of the da'wah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Al-marhala al-ula, the first stage or the first level of da'wah was da'wah sirriyan, secret da'wah. He would go one-on-one to different people and talk to them and tell them about Allah, tell them about Quran, tell them he's a prophet of Allah. ثلاثة سنين, al-marhala al-ula. And then al-marhala al-thaniya, the second daraja or second level, was a da'wah jahran, that now he was telling people openly in society in Mecca, and this continued for about roughly 10 years, 9 to 10 years, ila al-hijrah, to the hijrah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he would openly tell people and invite them. But this da'wah jahriyan, this open and vocal da'wah, was bidun qital, or bidun any kind of struggle, physical struggle. It was only da'wah through the mouth, through the tongue. And then after hijrah, this is the third level or marhala thalitha, الدور الثالث من دعوة النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام, which was دعوة جهريا مع القتال المعتدين. And this was the open public da'wah with the fighting of those who resist and attack the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his followers. So these were the 3 marahil. We already covered marhala al-ula last time, and that was the da'wah sirriya. Today we'll continue with al-marhala al-thaniya, da'wah jahriya, the second level, and which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us in the Quran in Surah Hijr, verse 94, فَاسْدَعْ بِمَا تُعْمَرْ وَأَعْرِضْ عَنِ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. That, be firm, Ya Rasulullah sallam, بِمَا تُعْمَرْ, with what you have been ordered to do and say, وَأَعْرِضْ عَنِ الْمُشْرِكِينَ, and stay away from the disbelievers, the polytheists, the people who do shirk, stay away from them. And then Allah SWT says in Surah Shu'ara, verse 214 and 215, وَأَنذِرْ عَشِيرَتَكَ الْأَقْرَبِينَ وَاخْفِضْ جَنَاحَكَ لِمَنْ تَبِعَكَ مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And Allah SWT says, and warn your relatives who are your closest, your family people, and then lower your wings for those who obey you from amongst the believers. Meaning, be humble to the people, be kind to the people who are believing and obeying. In another ayah in Surah Hijr, verse 89, Allah SWT says, وَقُلْ إِنِّي أَنَا النَّذِيرُ الْمُبِينَ, and say, I am the warner, the clear warner to you. In this concept, or in this level, the first thing Allah SWT tells us, وَأَنذِرْ عَشِيرَتَكَ الْأَقْرَبِينَ, warn your family members who are the closest to you. And that is where He called upon His uncles, His aunts, His family, His qabila, His tribe, calling them towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, informing them. And we know how they resisted, like Abu Jahl and Abu Lahab and all the others. They're His own family members. In this, there is a wisdom. Like we said, that the purpose of this seerah dars is not just narrating the stories, but to learn the wisdom and the hikmah behind it. You see, each one of us follows the footsteps of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Am I right or wrong? Each one of us, we follow the footsteps of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we are following whatever he went through. Allah asked him to give da'wah to his family members. Today, if we are practicing Islam, if we are mutadayyib and muti', and if we are obedient to Allah, what is our job? What is our responsibility? To invite our family members, first our parents, father and mother, and then our children, our son and daughters, and then our aqrabin, al-aqriba, our family members, uncle and aunt and cousins. It is impossible for a person to go out on the street and give da'wah when his own family members are ba'eed bin ad-din. We come to pray 5 times in the masjid, but our own family members, our son and daughter, our father or mother are not praying, then this is contradiction. Because if you go to somebody and say, brother, please come pray in the masjid, first thing they're going to say, go look at your family. Your son never comes to the masjid. Why are you coming and telling me? Your father never comes to the masjid. Why are you coming asking me? It's a natural reaction. In other words, the footsteps that we are tracing of Rasulullah ﷺ is that whatever he went through, we also go through that. We have family members. And it is our job, our responsibility that our a'ila, our whole family is on the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It cannot be possible a person from one house is praying 5 times a day and his family members are totally not praying. Because the first thing Allah is going to ask that person on Yawm al-Qiyamah is not about the people living around them in their city, in the neighborhood. What about your family member? You never ever give da'wah to them. You never even ask them. You never invite them. Remember, da'wah is invitation. How is it possible a father is 5 times praying in the masjid, his son at home doesn't come to the masjid at all? How is it possible? Vice versa, how is it possible for the son to come to the masjid 5 times a day and the dad at home always not coming to the masjid? This is impossible. I know what you're going to say. Your dad is here with you. Good job.
I was going to say, how is the son going to drive?
Oh yeah. How's the son going to drive? He's going to come on the wings of the angels. The angels going to bring the son. No need to drive on the wings, inshallah. The son is not going to be able to drive, yes, when they're young, so they have to put water on the face of the father. Come, drive me to the masjid. But when the son grows up, then you can drive. In fact, that is very important and said that we need to encourage our children from a young age to the masjid. Because if we bring our children, mashallah, like these beautiful children here at Fajr, this is the future of Islam. Because they're coming today, 20 years, 30 years from today, when we will all be in our graves, Allah knows best. I don't know how long you plan to live here. But these people, 30, 40 years from now, he will be sitting and organizing this whole thing. He said, there used to be a one Buddha guy come here from 1 hour away, give us lecture, I remember. This is the future. Because when you know, there's a saying in Arabic language, al-hifzu fi al-sighar ka-nakhsh fi al-hajar. You bring your children to the masjid, attach them to the masjid from a young age, it will be embedded in their mind. Just like a line on the stone. Can you remove a line on the stone? You know how you go to these, if you just go to here, Palaces Parkway, that's nice, a scenic outlook over there. They have some rocks over there. People have made hearts. People wrote over there, I was here, or John was here, or Sterling was here. You can't remove that. You can't erase it. It's carved on stone. That is the maqula in Arabic, which is very true. That whatever you memorize at a young age, it remains in your brain till the end of life. And that is why we see here that informing the family members is very important, and they were not expecting that. Because the first people to resist your da'wah is your family member. The most difficult da'wah is to your own aqriba. Imagine a son giving da'wah to his father. Imagine a father who does not pray and he's not religious, laysa mutadayyin, and you give da'wah. The first thing father is going to say, son, you grew up in front of me, go away, get lost. Chal bhag jaye yahan se, mujhe Islam sikhata hai. You know, get lost from here. You trying to teach me Islam? I know Islam before you were born, which is right. Before we were born, the father knew about Islam. It's a different story that he was not practicing it, but he's right technically. Before you were born, I know Islam. Don't come and teach me Islam. The most difficult da'wah is your relatives. Your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your aunt, al-am, wal-amma, khal, khala, all of these people. Why? Because they saw you from young. So in their brain, you are still that kiddo, that kid. How dare you give me da'wah? Don't you have respect? I'm older than you. This thing comes in between. And then you also become shy and embarrassed, like, oh, yeah, I did something wrong. How can I approach him? There is hikmah over there, wisdom. You approach your elders, your uncle and aunt and your parents. You approach your aqriba, just like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam approached his elders. Look what Allah said in the Quran to Rasul. Allah is saying this to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, not us. The first mukhatib in the Quran is our Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And what is Rasulullah? What is Allah saying? وَخْفِضْ جَنَاهَكَ لِمَنْ تَبِعَكَ مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, وَخْفِضْ جَنَاهَكَ, lower your wings. Lowering the wings is a saying in Arabic like humbleness. Show humbleness and humility. لِمَنْ تَبَعَكَ مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Show your humbleness to the people amongst the believers who are following you. In other words, the only way we can give da'wah to our own relatives, the closest people, is through politeness, kindness, humbleness, respect, honor, tawadu, humility, never getting upset, never getting angry. No matter how many times the father or mother get upset with you, you never say anything. You still keep giving da'wah. We have to go to masjid. We have to pray. You have to be persistent. Like Rasulullah was persistent. His persistency paid off. Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib became Muslim. Amr Rasul alayhi salam. One uncle became Muslim, one did not. Abu Talib did not. But was the Rasul harsh on them? Did he ever say, I've been telling you and telling you, what's wrong with you? You know, it's about time. Sometime our teenagers, youngsters, when they go to college and they get active in MSA, and then the first time they come back home, they become very harsh with the father. Dad, you're not a Muslim. Mom, come on, look at your dress. You are a new person. You just found the taste of Islam and you start criticizing your mom and dad who raised you from nothing, nowhere to this much. Whatever Islam you have, son or daughter, is because your dad and mom raised you that much. So show humbleness, show humility, lower your wings. I remember this is many years back, 10, 12 years back, one of my students from Al-Ghazali school, and I used to teach in Ghazali, he went to NGIT, And he got very active in the MSA, and he realized that riba is haram. In NGIT, he realized in MSA, riba is haram. He came back home, he said, Dad, I'm not gonna live in this house anymore. He packed up all his stuff and took it to the dorm. This house is house of riba. And he came to me and said, Brother Jawad, I divorced my parents. I said, divorce your parents? When did you get married? What do you mean? He said, no, because that house is on riba, and riba is haram. I said, you studied in front of me in this Ghazali school. I saw you from this. At that time, you didn't realize riba is haram. I kept telling you in Islamic studies class, in Ghazali school, riba is haram. At that time, it didn't sink in. Now that you are a 22-year-old, see, al-hamasa, la ta'khudhkum al-hamasa. This, what you call hamasa, there's no good word in English to translate. This enthusiasm, this energy, this momentum that you get, the youth. When you know something is right and you have to do it, you have a huge energy, enthusiasm, momentum. You want to do it and do it now. There is no delay, there's no patience. Mafish sabr. And that is why you need, what you call hikmah, wisdom. And hikmah comes through khibra. Khibra is what? Experience. When you get that experience, you gain wisdom. And that comes through time. And time means what? You have to grow. That is why people who are older, in their 40s and 50s and 60s, it does not mean that they are cowards or they don't have hamasa. Yes, they have, but they have hikmah also. They know if I do this at this time, my yanfa'sh, it's not going to benefit. The people who are young, in their 20s and teenager, the only thing they have is hamasa. They have energy, enthusiasm. We want to do this, do it now. They don't look at it from a far-sightedness, from hikmah, min wijhat al-nazar. They don't have that understanding. And that is why this is the beauty of Islam. Rasulullah, he joined young people with older people. There were young Sahaba with hamasa, and there were older Sahaba, faqih, with sabr, like Abu Bakr anhu, Uthman, Ghani. They knew and they understood that this requires some wisdom. Look at Uthman anhu. He was in his 70s and 80. He was Khalifa. So old in age. People think leadership means you're at 20. Yes, there are times when you are young as a leader, and there are times when you need wisdom and you need experience. All the four khulafa were 60 plus. All the four khalifas of Rasulullah, 60 plus. Above 60, you are leading not just a nation, an ummah, the ummah of Rasulullah. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this is telling us, like the ayah in the Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. Again, that is referring to your family. Save yourselves and your family from the hellfire. So the first da'wah that Jahriyah, that Rasulullah did, his family members. Then his qaba'il, his cousins and relatives. Then his people, ma'asharatul Quraysh. And this was da'wah Jahriyah, just inviting them, in telling them amar bil ma'ruf or nahy anil munkar. As Rasulullah said, enjoining good and forbidding evil is a sadaqah, is a charitable act. You stop somebody from something bad, it is sadaqah. You encourage somebody to do something good, it is sadaqah. So this was the da'wah that continued in the time of Rasulullah at that initial stage. And then one of the things that it is there, why is it important to do da'wah jahriyah, is to challenge the status quo. See, a sultan, power, authorities, power, never likes tahaddi. I'm using Arabic words so that you learn vocabulary also. Tahaddi, ma ma'na tahaddi? Challenge. Deenuna, deen Islam, yatahaddi. Our deen, Islam, la ilaha illallah, is not a deen of sukut. It's not a deen that you just say, la ilaha illallah. Like they say, see no evil, hear no evil. And what's the third one? See no evil, hear no evil, what's the? Now they say, say no evil. This is not deen of Islam. Min tabi'ati deen, the natural philosophy of la ilaha illallah, it has come in your heart, dakhala fi qalbik, you have to now share with other people. You cannot remain silent. And this deen will challenge the people in all the time. هذا هو الحكمة الدعوة جهرية. Whenever you give da'wah of Islam from the mouth, جهرا, vocally, publicly, you're going to challenge the idols of that time. Idols does not have to be like the idols of Mecca, the 360 idols in the Kaaba. Today the idol, I don't want to mention. There are so many idols today. Money is an idol. Some people, they worship money. For them, money is everything. Some people, they worship status. For them, status, maqam of society. No, I cannot leave this. I cannot leave my ancestry, my family, my lineage. For some people, power is their idol. They're an authority. They will continue. You know, you always hear in the news how many years, forget years, how many decades someone was a congressman, senator. They don't leave it. You know, this thing is very dangerous. That's why I don't like to say much. I like to stand. This is very dangerous. This is very, very dangerous. Not over there, because that has no value. You are an audience. This one has the most valuable thing. Why? Because everybody's focusing. So now all of you are thinking, I wish I can sit here. Please be my guest. But these people, mashallah, like masakin, sitting, there is no authority in that chair. Nobody wants to fight for that. Everybody wants to fight for this. And it happens everywhere. Muslim country, non-Muslim country. Even a small organization. You open a small organization, there'll be fight. I'm speaking in sign language and you know very well. Every organization. You want to make your own NGO, non-governmental organization. You, your wife and your son and your daughter. Just all you family members. You see a fight even in that. Son will start making schemes. How am I going to get rid of my dad so I can get this? This is the most powerful thing. And this is what the da'wah jahriya is. يتحدي السلطة في نفس الوقت. لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. This is a kalima نحن نحيا ونموت بها. This is a kalima that we live and die for. And this kalima is so powerful that it challenges the authority of every waqt, every time. And only those are the people who are coward, who don't challenge. They say La ilaha illallah means be peaceful. Just be quiet. Don't worry, don't bother anybody. La ilaha illallah. Ma yanfash. This is not the seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Did Rasulullah just remain quiet? Khalas, let me close my mouth. Quraysh are not listening to me. Abu Jahl, Abu Lahab is not listening to me. My aunt, Abu Talib is not listening. Okay, let's close this. Forget about it. Ya Allah, I tried my best. No. هناك مراحل. See, هذا هو التربية السماوي. This is the, what you call, the mentoring of the skies, of heaven. تربية سماوي. Allah huwa murabbi. Allah is our Rabb. He is training. First 3 years he told Rasulullah, shh, be quiet, just little. Next 10 years, 9 years, he said, ala al-a'lan, tell them. But, as-sabr ala al-a'da. Sabr ala al-a'da. When the people who you call, they get enemy, they become against you, they push you, sabr. Don't do anything. They slap you, don't do anything. Don't retaliate. This is hikmah samawiyya. Because you want to first show the people, when you challenge authority, when you challenge tahaddi, the sulta in Arabic literally means power. Who has the power of the world right now? Think about it. When you tell them La ilaha illallah, the first thing they are scared is, I'm going to lose this. If I believe in La ilaha illallah, the first thing I have to give up is my power. What did Abu Talib say to his nephew, Rasulullah? Yes, I understand. Ya ibni, my son, I know. You grew in my house. I know what you're saying is haqq, but I cannot leave my ancestors. The other uncle, Abu Lahab, what he say? Tabban laka ya Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Tabban laka ya Muhammad. Alihada jama'atana. One uncle is quiet and knows that you are right, but I cannot do it because of my family, my ancestor, what are they going to say? The other uncle is vocal, is aggressive. He says, woe be to you, may your hands break and things like that. He was very aggressive. Is this what you gathered us for? I thought you would do something better. people, they resist to give power, authority. And when Rasulullah ﷺ gave the a'lan that ana nabiyullah, ana al-haq, al-Qur'anu haq, the first thing they got scared, now we have to give up authority. We are leaders of Mecca because the whole world is coming to Mecca for these asnam, for these idols. If we break these idols, people are not going to come, they're going to respect me, and nobody's going to listen to me. I always say this, whoever will be the Muslim, whoever, Allahu a'lam, inni la a'lam, I don't know. Allah knows best. Who's that person going to be? Whoever is going to be the Muslim, I say that person is going to be the most courageous, bravest, ash-shuja'a. Which Muslim am I talking about? Some of you are saying yes. I didn't even tell you which Muslim I'm talking about. I'm saying that Muslim is going to be the most bravest and most fearless. Tawakkal Allah. The one who enters White House and tells Mr. Trump, Da'wa la ilaha illallah. Ad'uka ila la ilaha illallah. This is sultan, authority. Did you ever think about it? Did you ever pass your mind that, your son or daughter will do that? My son or my daughter will do that? We never think about it. But this is exactly what was happening in Mecca. Someone who's sitting in White House or Black House or Brown House is there, and these young Sahaba, they're going to them and say, La ilaha illallah. Today you want to go to the Kremlin and say La ilaha illallah, you think 10 times, you shiver, you're scared. You want to go 10 Downing Street and say, I give you da'wah of La ilaha illallah, you shiver, you're scared. You want to go to Tiananmen Square and Alan over there, da'wah La ilaha illallah, you shiver, scared. This is what the seerah is teaching us. That this da'wah of La ilaha illallah makes you brave, shuja', makes you stronger. And I say, I am the most weakest. I don't have the courage to go to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and say that. Especially us living here. We'll take the questions at the end, inshallah. So the second stage tells us the courage and the bravery, the camaraderie of Rasulullah ﷺ along with his people. He did not back off from them. And he also did not move back, because you remember they offered him everything. They said, if you want the woman, we will give you the best woman of Mecca. Take it. You want gold jewelry? We'll give you everything. Just give up da'wah. Itruk hada la ilaha illallah. And what is Rasulullah ﷺ saying? Every time, la. I don't want women, I don't want jewelry. They say, you want to be the leader of Quraysh, leader of Mecca? We make you the leader. You want the chair? We give you. But just don't say la ilaha illallah. Don't say la ilaha illallah. You want anything? We'll give you. Subhanallah. When I read this part of the seerah, Rasulullah Rad. He every time said, no. When I read this, I start crying. You know why? I don't cry because of Rasulullah. I cry because أحوالنا في العالم الآن. I cry because of our condition in the world today. 57 Muslim countries. 57 Muslim countries declared on paper in OIC, Organization of Islamic Conference. And not one of them, you know what I mean, not one of them courage. And just like the Quraysh, Ahlul Sulta, just like they offered, Tibghi Nisa, Atik Nisa. You want woman? We give you woman. You want gold? We give you gold. Just like that. Ahlul Sulta fil alam alan. The people who have power in the world today, what are they giving these 57 Muslim country leaders? Same thing. And what they say, yeah, please give me. MashaAllah, give me the best one, 18 years old, white, long, tall. Some they love gold. Yes, give me khamsa sanadir, give me 5 treasure troves, and they keep quiet. You're not going to open your mouth on Palestine. Okay, hadir yabi. You're not going to open your mouth on Kashmir. Okay, be quiet. You're not going to open your mouth on Rohingya Muslim. Okay. Anything else? Yes, you're not going to do this. You're not going to do. Okay. You're going to make sure that the masajid in your country, they're going to be closed as soon as the prayer is finished. Yes, okay. حاضر. أهل السلطة في العالم. They أؤمر يعمرون. And they listen. And then how dare these people, 57 Muslim country leaders, how dare they say نحن من اتباع محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. مستحيل جدا. Impossible. How can you be a follower of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam when Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Mecca was given everything? He said, no, even to this level that they said, we will bring you the sun. He said, if you bring me the sun and moon in my hand, I will not leave. It's la ilaha illallah. The world today is not giving them sun and moon. It's giving them the worldly pleasures and they are sold. Just like Rasulullah said, min ashratu sa'a, from the signs of Qiyamah is, you will see a person, yubi'u deenahu bi'aradin min ad-dunya. You will see a man sell his deen, his Islam, la ilaha illallah, bi'aradin min ad-dunya. Just a few dirham, dinar, few dollars you give them, it's okay. This is the condition of the deen right now. Fell down. Whenever I read this, Sheikh Buti rahimahullah, he makes you energized when you read this fiqh seerah. We understand seerah just by mujarrad seerah, like a narration, a story, hikayah. We don't understand the fiqh, al-amiq, al-ta'miq, the depth of seerah. Seerah makes you a courageous, brave, bold person, someone that you say al-haq in front. The best struggle, the best striving, Rasulullah said, is kalimatul haq and the sultan jair. Kam minna عندنا في الحديث شجاعة. How many of us, including myself, I'm not, we have this brave and, شجاعة, courage to go in front of a sultan jair. Sultan jair means one who is oppressive leader, one who oppresses people. How many of us have the courage to go and say, you're doing something wrong, don't do this? We're scared. We're scared from the authority. They're going to put me in sijin. They're going to put me in the jail. What's happening in the Muslim countries? Anybody open their mouth? Yalla, as-sujun. And that is the hikmah of Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam. Rabbi, what's that ayah? As-sijnu ahabba ilay? Qala Rabbi as-sijnu ahabba ilay mimma yaduna. The jail, the sijin is more beloved to me. That's why our ulama, our hukama, our leaders who speak the truth in many Muslim countries today are in the jails. May Allah have mercy on them. Allah yarhamhum ya Allah. Allahumma farrij karb al-makrubin ya Rabbil Alameen. Oh Allah, relieve the sufferings of the people who are suffering. It is very difficult to be in the jail just because you did not do anything except you said La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. So this was the da'wah of the Jahriya, and because of this you had the it's time for Ishraq. You had the resistance from the people, and I explained to you why the resistance comes. It's very natural, very logical. If you are in authority and somebody says give up your authority, nobody likes to give it. And we see that people who are in any country, I'm not just talking about here, in any country where people are in authority, if they are a congressman or senator or MP, member of parliament, whether in Muslim country or non-Muslim country, once they are on the seat, their generations continue in that. Generations. Father was a congressman, senator, now son is going to be, grandson is going to be. It runs in the family. Because you love authority. And the da'wah brings you, as as they said over there, it is mentioned that, why are you bringing us to this message? And he said, this da'wah of la ilaha illallah, takes you away from the obedience of makhluk to the obedience of khaliq. Instead of obeying a makhluk, which is a person who makes a law, a leader or a group of people, they make a law, a constitution. Instead of following the laws of a creation, makhluk, you come to the law of Allah. The system that was there in Mecca, the system was of makhluk. They made their man-made laws in Quraysh, in Mecca. So La ilaha illallah challenge them to come away from there to the ubudiyyah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nobody is above Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is why Allah gives authority to everyone, but He takes away authority from anyone. And that is why Allah's mother said that you will remain in authority if you keep establishing my authority, Deen al-Haq al-Ard. And so obviously when we do that, it will make the person automatically separated, from their family members. When you tell somebody about truth, even in your family, in your relatives, you tell somebody about haqq and truth, they will become your enemies. They'll say, I don't want to speak to you. I'm not your friend. Don't come near me. Because this is the nature of truth. Truth, sidq, brings you closer to Allah and will make you go away further from those who are not close enough to Allah. And it is your job to bring them closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is why we'll continue next time that how this thing brings resistance. These resistance they came. Like I said, they offered him everything. They offered him this, they offered him that. He did not. Because Rasulullah knew that I don't want these worldly things. I'm not here for the sake and desire of power and authority. The biggest misconception non-Muslims have all over the world, that Islam wants hegemony. Islam wants authority. Islam wants dominance. No. Not at all. All Islam wants is the ubudiyyah of Allah, Khaliq. The obedience of the Creator. And that's it. As long as you obey the Creator, you can continue to be ruled. Genghis Khan came all the way from Mongolia and butchered bloodbath in Iraq, in Baghdad, Basra. But his grandson became Muslim, he became a leader. Allah gave him the sultan, authority. And what did he do? He did not change everything. He just said, we have to now follow Allah's rule. Before we were following Mongolian rule, the great Khan rule that was made by Khans, the Mongolians. But now we have to follow La ilaha illallah Muhammad. Quran, Hadith, Sunnah, Islam does not stop anyone from following their culture, their style, as long as it does not contradict Quran and Sunnah. You can continue to be whatever you want as long as you implement the authority of Allah, because Allah is Malik al-Mulk. See, all these leaders in the world, they make the biggest wrong mistake. They think, Ana al-Malik al-Mulk. I am the owner of the world. Wal-'iyadhu billah, astaghfirullah al-azim. That is what Fir'aun said in the Quran. Inni ana rabbukum al-a'la. I am your Lord, the highest. Come. Forget about Musa alayhi salam and Harun alayhi salam. Forget about this. Bani Israel, come. Ana rabbukum al-a'la. I am your Lord. He is making the proclamation that I am Lord. Because why? Do you know why Pharaoh said I am Lord? Why he did not say Ana qa'idukum, I am your leader, I am your president, or I am your, Why he didn't say that? Because he knew that the highest authority belongs to who? Al-mulku liman. Like Allah says in the Quran, on Yawm al-Qiyamah, Allah will ask everyone in Maidan of Hashr, Mahshar, and the ayahs in the Quran, Allah says, Liman al-mulk al-yawm. Whenever I read this ayah, I love this, subhanallah. It makes your heart rejuvenate, energy. If you pay attention to the kalimat, the words, Liman al-mulk al-yawm, lillahi al-wahid al-qahhar. Oh, you who desired authority, you desired mulk in dunya, come in front of me today. Ana malik al-mulk. Come now in mahshar, in qiyamah. Come in front of me and say you are the malik al-mulk. In dunya, idda'i bil-ilah. In dunya, you kept saying, Ana malik al-mulk. Where are you today? And Allah will ask this su'al to all of the nas, Muslim and non-Muslim. Liman al-mulk al-yawm. Liman al-mulk al-yawm. To whom belongs the authority? To whom belongs the mulk, the dominion, the universe, the power? Who has the power? And nobody will say anything. Khamoshi, as-sukut. Why? Because in another ayah in the Quran, Allah said, وَخَشَتِ الْأَسْوَاتِ وخشعة الأصوات. أظن هذا في سورة بني إسرائيل أظن. وَخَشَتَ الْأَسْوَاتُ, or maybe Surah Taha, I'm not sure. And that's to have the Quran. And then the next, what is Allah saying? All the sounds became quiet. Nobody can speak on Yawm al-Qiyamah. You know why? They don't have a tongue? The tongue got cut? No, they have a tongue. They can't say. You know why they cannot talk? Surah Yasin. What Allah says? Al-yawma nakhtimu ala afwahihim. They want to say something, they cannot. There is a khatim, seal. Allah has sealed their mouth. Al-yawma nakhtimu ala afwahihim wa tukallimuna aydihim wa arjulihim. Their hands and legs will talk, but their mouth cannot talk. Wa khashat al-aswatu فَلَا تَسْمَعُ إِلَّا حَمْسًا. All the sounds will become quiet. You will not hear anything إِلَّا حَمْسًا. Hams is this. This is hams. Person is trying to say something they cannot hear. Whispering, meaning somebody's trying to say something they cannot say because Malik al-Mulk doesn't give them the authority to say. And that's why every oppressive leader forgets one thing in dunya, that there's a higher authority who in a flick of a second can bring their whole world apart. And that is why when nobody will say anything, and the question will be asked again and again, Liman al-mulk al-yawm, nobody can say anything, it will be announced, Lillahi al-wahid al-qahhar. This whole dunya is about this one ayah. The whole dunya, this whole world that is going on, this tagadaw, this daily grinding and moving and the world is going. It's all about this one ayah. You accept Allah al-Wahid al-Qahhar, everything's resolved, everything finished. You keep fighting with Allah al-Wahid al-Qahhar, you keep saying, my power, my country, my rule, my this, you will be in constant trouble and problem. And that is why the da'wah jahriya went on further in Medina when Rasulullah made risala. Arsala Rusul, he sent messengers to Qais and Qisra and Egypt and Baghdad and Rome and everywhere. And what was the message Rasulullah said? Leave the ubudiyya of insan, makhluk, come to the ubudiyya of Allah. All Allah wants is you worship Him and you establish His authority on earth. Allah says you are free to be the leaders, you be the leader. Allah doesn't want anything from us. He says, you be the leader, you be the sultan, you be the president, everything. But implement the qanoon, the law of Allah. And this is the whole majra. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq, inshallah, to establish this deen. May Allah take khidmah from us from the deen of Islam, wherever we are. Allahumma innaka afuun kareemun haleemun tuhibul afwa fa'fu anna. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار والحقنا بالصالحين يا رب العالمين. اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا واجتنابه. اللهم تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم يا شافي الأمراض يا شافي المشفى اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين رب العالمين. اللهم اشفهم شفاء كاملا لا يغادر سقما يا رب العالمين. اللهم ارزقهم الصحة والعافية في بدنه وجسده يا رب العالمين. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات المؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك أنت سميع مجيب الدعوات. وصلى الله على خلق محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه برحمتك يا رحيم.
The Fusion Muslim Community Center of North Jersey. Building communities, changing lives.